Alright.
Yeah, I think I got
Let's
it to
go.
work. Let's go where?
Let's just... I started it. It's too late. Let's go.
Oh. Well, I mean, it is like a 5-second delay on Twitch, so whatever. Anyway, we're here with the CM podcast,
Hey, wake up.
except we're doing it on Twitch. On my Twitch, which is whatever. And audience, I know since you're watching the live stream, if you're watching it, you get that fucking light in the background. Fucking deal with it. The sun's setting. It'll be down soon. No one actually cares. So, right. So, CMD, what are our talking points for tonight?
We just start from where right now I'm playing Doom, just because. After that,
okay.
Probably when I get bored with it, I'm just gonna put like I don't know, with like Microsoft Paint, and draw my own like thingy for people to look at whenever they're listening.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But I meant last week. Last week we discussed what we were going to discuss in the podcast. So that I don't remember what the third thing is.
It was like what were the first two things?
It was improvements for WoW. Like we just sit here when we're playing on Warmane. We come up with improvements. I was going to talk about my first year of college, since that's interesting information for your viewers, since they'll be doing that soon. And then there was a third thing, but I don't remember what the third thing is. You remember?
The third thing. What was the third thing? It was either more shit talking of Minchfag, but I think that's just a thing that's like that's a given, I guess.
Yeah, I think that'll be like a common theme throughout all the podcasts, is that we're just gonna like shit on him because, he'll use the shit to build a massive pillar for himself to stand atop of because he thinks he's superior. But it's still shit. It's still it's still not a good building material, as it were. So, all right. So I guess we should cut to the improvements to WoW. So WoW is so good right now. What could possibly improve it?
Okay, hold on. Before we get into that, I was gonna say we could like explain all the things to the people who watch about the shit we talk about, like who these certain people are, like Midget. I don't know if we really need to explain who he is.
I'm fairly certain
all the things we say about him basically tell who he is.
Yeah, essentially. I'm fairly certain that the people who are going to, like Dywert, people like Dywert, I'm pretty sure from the description we gave, people like Dywert can piece together who Midbitch is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I already knows who he is, but
exactly. So see, an explanation, yes, I do believe would be nice. But that'll be something you have to do, since I don't deal in names.
Yes. Alright. His... I was just watching... Okay, before I explained, I was just watching George Carlin about, like, on
nice.
names. Like, people with weird names, like Todd and Kyle. Weak names for weak people, as I put it. And
I remember watching this. I remember watching that.
Soft names for soft people.
Yeah, I know. And then, I had brought this up earlier, after I had watched this. Way earlier, I was like, why can't people have, real names anymore, like Shaquifka and Swoos?
Yeah.
I even brought that up to Aiden.
Yeah.
But Aiden isn't in on, like, the Swoos, so he didn't laugh. But he laughed, but he didn't laugh as hard.
Ah, yes, that's the thing we could talk about. We can explain our inside jokes.
The swoos.
Swoos, yeah.
The swoos-hander, the swoosator, Darth Swoosius.
I think X6 Kick was right about me playing Doom. It's like, dude, you're a little too good. I was just showing him gameplay, like, on my new graphics card. I was like, you're a little too good at this game. I was like, am I? And I'm like multitasking. I'm like barely even getting hits. It's like, wow, I guess it was right.
The doot.
A doot.
Well, it becomes a warning sign when you start dreaming about it, and you're able to play it in your sleep.
Warframe.
Yeah, I was that way with Warframe. Like, oh boy, I better stop playing Warframe. Actually, that was not the reason why I quit playing Warframe. But oh, sorry. That was not the reason why I quit playing Warframe. That was that was just something that freaked me out. But so we were going to like explain who people were and explain inside jokes now.
Yeah, we can explain who people were. Okay.
Well,
anyways,
that'll be
as
your
I was getting
task.
into I kept getting sidetracked with other things like George Carlin, but anyways,
Yeah.
The Midge bitch, his name's Kyle, and there's really nothing to explain about him except that he's kind of a bitch. Like,
And he has stage 7 autism.
And for whoever's listening, I'm thinking of one particular person, but I'm not going to name names. We don't pick on him just to be mean. We pick on him because he deserves it. Like, really deserves it. If you knew him like we did, then you would understand.
The prime example of why he deserves this, and this is something that, you know, CMD and I laughed at quite a bit, is we were in the same room with him, less than 5 feet away, and we managed to prank call him. And he had no idea who called him.
And we were there next to him.
We had to break down after we stopped laughing so hard and explain to him that that was us. All right, and I will describe the prank call. Basically, it was a reference to a Brandon Rogers video. Basically, it was like we used my phone to call him, and he answered, of course, and we were like, "Is your refrigerator running?" And he was all confused, like, "What?" And then we were like, "You're gay," and then we hung up and started dying. And then when we stopped dying so hard, we looked over at him. He had no fucking idea what had just happened to him. And he had no idea that we had just called him because he didn't have my number on his caller ID at the time. So he had no idea what was fucking happening. I don't know if that ruined the joke or made it better. I mean, I started considering it earlier today, and some parts of me were like epically disappointed by the fact that he was so unaware, but at the same time, it kind of enriched it for me. Ugh. Anyway, CMD, I guess we got to get back to naming other people.
All right.
And explaining the inside jokes.
Okay, well, really, it's gonna be a lot of explaining, and to get to the inside joke part after we do the people going.
I mean, you know, we're gonna be doing this for about 2 hours, so it's not like we don't have the time.
But it's like 6.
Precisely.
Hell, maybe we can go longer than 2 hours. But
yeah.
I'll just look for myself. Well, yeah, it's just I can't. It's just we don't. It's not. I don't know. It's like I don't get amusement out of being mean to him, or I just get amusement out of giving him what he deserves. Which is basically repeating what I said before. But I'm sure some people will say, well, he if he were hearing this right now, we talked about the things he did, and say the call thing, he would give some explanation or attempt to, and yeah.
Well, we know he would, because if he's good at anything, it's denying the stupid ass shit he's done, or attempting to at least.
Yeah. That's what stupid people do, like you said before in the previous podcast.
Deny. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Okay. At first, Midget denied that he was stupid, and then he kind of he either stopped resisting or accepted the fact that he was stupid.
Yeah.
But when I left TV class last year with Keppel still denied that he was stupid. Like, no, Keppel, you're fucking dumb.
It's like people who deny that they're stupid are the ones that will stay stupid forever.
Oh boy.
Because a smart person admits their autism. Like, yeah, that was pretty dumb.
I don't think I can imagine. I don't think I can imagine Keppel getting dumber. It's just it. My mind can't wrap around it. I'm fairly certain I will be able to once it happens, but until that day, I'll just be like, what?
Okay, let's just explain, like, not all. Let's just, okay, we got midget out of the way.
Yeah.
And let's talk about fat.
This
man.
Would be a good one. Nobody's favorite weeb, getting mentioned.
Whenever I explain who fat is to somebody, they always, like, get confused because I say, why do you call him fat? Like, okay, well, the thing is, he insists that we call him fat.
Actually, no, the insistence came after I started doing it. Then that was like, the fit-all name for him. But anyway.
Like, one time I messaged him, I can't remember what I said to him, but he's like, address me like the fat man I am. I was like, alright, hey, fat ass. And he's like, is that better? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's better.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, that's relatively new. Shit, damn it.
You have to admire the self-esteem.
Indeed.
He just does not care, which I admire in a person. He does have some issues. Fucking weeb.
He is the biggest weeb I know.
Yeah, exactly same. And he gets pissed, apparently, if you call him that, and if you make SpongeBob references.
Yeah, and I can explain that one because I was the one who did this. He had said something about, like, what does W stand for? And I said Wumbo, and he gave me this look and attempted to, like, shun me for a SpongeBob reference. Like, oh no, you shit, that's not how this works. Like, that's not how this works. You make constant anime references nobody understands, but the instant I make a SpongeBob reference that everybody can understand, you're gonna attempt to pull this shit. I don't think so. That's not how this works. But yeah, that's the rundown of the whole SpongeBob reference thing.
Yeah, there's lots more bad things to say about him than good things. How he always obsesses over like you said before. He obsesses over things. Like,
well, everybody obsesses over things. It's just his obsessions were longer and more irritating because when he obsessed, he obsessed hardcore. Every aspect of his life turned to that obsession, like the slime thing, and at the end there, before he got kicked out of Michael's garage, he was obsessing over playing little girls in Pathfinder, which is where that's where the pedophilia came in. And then he was living with Midget in a love shack forever, and we were making the jokes that they fucked. We fucked. Which they probably did, because they did get drunk a lot.
Yeah.
Midget will deny it, but I think that that actually happened. Strong believer in the power of their gay. Don't worry, guys. I am tolerant of the gay. My roommate next year in college is super gay.
Yeah.
He is ultra gay.
The thing
one might say, gay prime.
Gay prime. But another thing about fat that was okay, what he whenever he would give me a ride somewhere, every time without fail he would talk about some anime or something that he's watching or usually watching. I don't think he ever really talked about manga that he read, but anyways, he'd always talk about something.
There wasn't a lot of reading done.
He'd always talk about some anime that he's watching or has watched, or and he would try to explain the whole plot to me, and I get lost
less than 500 words.
-3 seconds in. And I'm just sitting there complying,
all right, yeah.
And he just goes on. He just doesn't care whether I'm listening or not. He'll just keep going. And whenever I talk about something, in the unlikely event I ever talk about something that I watched, he'll go off of that into some other thing that he's watched, and it just goes into a it just goes
It's
into...
a vicious cycle.
Yeah, and just turns into like, oh, it's him talking. He has the floor now and forever. Jesus Christ. I can't believe myself right now.
Why?
Like I said before, I've barely gotten a hit, and I can just go on forever.
Yeah, I started. Well, I started playing Ultratron because I didn't just want to sit there and let the audience, view me the entire time. That'd be weird. So I started playing some Ultratron. I can tell that I'm a little rusty.
I'm not.
Well, that's because you've been constant. That's because you play Doom on a regular basis. I stopped playing Ultratron for like 8 months. There's gonna be a fine coat of rust on my skills. Alright? It's not going to magically just be easy. Oh shit, someone texted me. Never mind, nobody texted me. That was just fucking building manager like, be sure to do this last minute college thing you've probably done, but we have to waste your time with this fucking email. Swear to God, this college sends so many emails. If it was in paper, the EPA would be so pissed at them constantly.
That's another person we could talk about.
The EPA?
No. Like people that we associate with.
Oh.
Like,
wait a minute. Why would we talk about the EPA?
We've had a. I'm not sure who's been talking more, but you know what? How much you go into? Oh wait, no. Well, Michael doesn't have a nickname, but you can.
Yeah, he's just Michael. Michael is my cousin. He's that's about it. It's really about it. Michael is my cousin. He's family. So yeah, that's really all there is to him.
Okay.
He's the one who primarily hangs out with Midge Bitch now because Fat moved to Illinois.
That poor man.
Midget Lust is, the primary source of affection towards him. Must be hard. Jeez. Anyway, so yeah, that's Michael, I guess. Is there anybody else to talk about that we mutually know that you want me to touch on? Okay, yeah, there's Shane. Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this. So. Shane is somebody I met in elementary school when I moved back from Massachusetts. I moved to Greensburg. And he's just somebody I met in like third or fourth grade. Whatever. Not the point when we met. The point is what happened. So I don't remember a lot of that time. I remember more junior high and stuff when we spoke more. And Shane views himself and myself as sort of rivals to each other, which is kind of fitting considering how if there were two things in some kind of fantasy setting, we would always choose the opposites without the knowledge of the other. For instance, in one setting, he chose creation and I chose destruction, and then we talked about it and realized that had happened. And it just for some reason we Shane and I kind of what's the set of words I'm looking for? We kind of
competed.
We kind of like worked with each other on an ironic level. It was the weirdest fucking thing ever, but it was so funny that I couldn't, yeah. But then high school came, and I basically stayed the same over all these years, while Shane is just like. Last time I spoke with him, he's still the most arrogant fucking piece of shit. But it's pretty funny still. Like, and he knows it. He knows it, and he owns it, and it's hysterical. It's like, well, Shane. There was even the joke between me, him, and basically everybody that I had to take pills to block his arrogance. It was a good time. And then he went to what? You died?
I fell.
Oh. And then we went to college, and here we are now. I haven't spoken to Shane in a while. I don't know how long it's been.
Probably like a year almost, right?
Actually no. He contacted me shortly after God Emperor Trump ascended, so not a year, probably about May now, so 6 months. So a max of 6 months. There might have been some very brief contact in between, November and now. I don't remember, but yeah, that's basically how it worked.
I figured out why I was doing so good. I had it on normal.
Oh, how shameful! Shame for disfray.
I have it on hard. This is better. I'm still whooping ass.
Yeah, if I could, I could have started at level 80, but I wanted to shake the rust off first. I knew it was there. Fruit. People. There are some people on Steam who say it's a waste to like buy arcade games, like Ultratron.
Yeah,
It's
really.
like no. This is like, can you find Ultratron in an arcade? Tell me that. Tell me that you can. See if I believe you. Ugh. Poor robots getting EMP'd like that. That's not cool. I mean, everybody needs to take an arcade break, especially if they play games. You gotta relive the good old days. When it sounds so fucking old when I say that. God damn it! I'm only fucking like 20, but yet I constantly feel like I'm like 70. Of course, the popping, the cracking, and all that other shit probably doesn't help.
What was I gonna bring up?
I don't know.
Yes.
Shit! I
should probably explain the time when I didn't go into detail on the part where Shane compared Skyrim to Fallout, but basically
yeah, that triggered.
we were at lunch. We were at lunch. You were just sitting there. You and I were minding our business. I don't even remember who he was talking to.
He was probably talking to one of us, but we just kind of started tuning him out. Oh, really?
He's talking to somebody else. Yeah, he's talking to
Soup Man. The Soup Man. Which okay, we should explain that one. Blake being called Soup is because his last name is Campbell.
Yeah.
That's pretty simple. Ow, fuck. Yeah. So, Blake, the Soup Man is Blake because he's Campbell.
And
he's a joke to understand.
Anyways,
didn't want to conceptualize.
What happened was they were talking, and Jared and I were minding our own business, eating our food and sitting at lunch.
Yeah, the inedible gruel it always is. Knock knock, it's Michelle Obama. Your school lunch has now been fucked.
But they're talking about something. They're Shane being obsessed with Fallout as he is. He was talking about Fallout.
It took him forever to get Fallout 4 though, which was weird.
They were talking about Fallout, and Skyrim was brought in, or Elder Scrolls in general was brought into the conversation, and Shane said Elder Scrolls is just Fallout with magic, and I think we both snapped our necks and looked at him.
Yeah,
more important, like me mostly, because I had a stroke right there and then. And sorry, I'm concentrating. I'm not trying not to die. But
yeah.
And I had a stroke there, and I was making screeching noises.
Autistic screeching.
I was had to hyperventilate.
Yeah, you're probably doing that too.
I don't know what you were doing. I wasn't paying attention to you because I was too busy dying.
I was just silent, what? I was just giving him the excuse me look. Except I'm white, so I can't exactly pull it off.
Shit, the hell.
Oh yeah, I think we should explain to the Twitch viewers. I'm white. I've been immersed in black people for 9 months. You might not be able to tell. Anyway.
Okay, for anybody who doesn't see what's wrong with what he said, okay, well, the first thing, Fallout was I think Elder Scrolls was made in 89, 91?
I think 89, yes.
And Fallout was made 4 years later, I think, something like that. I know it was...
And Bethesda didn't even originally own Fallout. Which means that they couldn't have applied the formula to the first couple of Fallout games.
Yeah, And I had to do something. I had to say something. This like justice needed to be served. Like this cannot go on, like on it. Whatever. This a berserk here. That's not a berserk. I'm retarded. That's haste. And I went on a Steam page because he and I are on friends on Steam, and I said some faggot said this. I quoted him, I think, and he commented back. He replied saying some faggot denied it, and I lost like 97% of the what respect was left of him for him, and it pains me to think of it. Like, my sanity is slowly deteriorating from that day. It started to slowly deteriorate. What's this? And I just like I pray to Bethesda to spare me from my pain. Please.
Pray to Bethesda. Oh man, you better be careful with that shit. What if Blizzard finds out and they shoot up your house?
I don't know. I tell them to shoot me instead.
Please kill. Wait. I don't think that'll solve the problem, because what if Shane says that to somebody else?
Hey.
You didn't think of that, did you?
I don't know. Alright. Where am I even at? Alright, who else is there to talk about?
Alright, so let's see. Midget, Shane, Michael, Bat, I mean, there's you and I mean, you know, the hosts of this illustrious podcast, which actually, let me check OBS. We're still streaming, so we're still good. OBS seems to be working for Twitch streaming, but not for, like, fucking, I don't know what it is. Although the image appears to be frozen. Or, no, it's not. No, it's not. We're good. We're still good. Anyway, although it might be a little... The frame rate might be a little bit low here, because I'm reading that it says, yeah, coding overloaded. Whatever. It's good enough. I think it'll auto-save to my computer, so I can work with it.
I didn't think about Bethesda. Like, I'm playing a game by Bethesda right now.
Hey!
Dude.
Someone's mind is being influenced by Bethesda Game Studios.
What the fuck was that? Alright, well, I was gonna say we could try, like, explaining each other's views on each other. Like, but I suck at that kind of thing, and I just can't think of things to say. So,
alright,
go ahead.
I'll start. DMD used to be a bitch. Now he's not. Ta-da.
Oh, you care to elaborate on how
what?
I was?
I don't remember. That's just what I thought back then. It's like, this guy's a fucking bitch. And now it's okay. Now all is well. Now, after you got CM Dragon, all became well.
Huh.
You're being mind controlled by your dragon. Be careful. I feel like oh no, wait, no, I had this feeling like I had fucked up somewhere, but I realized, like, no, it's fucking OBS. I still haven't watched that video yet on how to make OBS great again. Anyway.
Huh. You like you said, like, from when I met you, you have not changed at all. You're like the same person, like.
Basically.
Which reminds me, like, what? Like, I know you guys at some point started calling me like a cyborg or an android or something like that.
Like,
what was it?
Oh, I think Fat made that joke that you were like an android, and then I thought it was pretty funny, so I went along with it for a while.
That was weird. That was pretty funny, I think. What just happened?
PMD's an android. And I was like,
why was I called an android?
I don't remember. I think yeah, your tone back then was kind of lacking in the human department.
Oh, Jesus.
You were kind of lacking humanity.
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of the same somewhat now. Like, I don't...
No, now you haven't changed that much. You just put up with less shit based on your, you know, outbursts and shit in geometry with data. Or yeah, it is geometry.
Yeah.
Like, wait, it's not geometry.
Yeah, it's
And I was like,
geometry.
wait, it is geometry.
Shit.
Oh, you motherfucker! Fuck you, boss. The drone only took 3 hits. Anyway, yeah, geometry was bad, which is, yeah, fucking retard.
Yeah, the kids are pretty retarded in there. There's 2 loud chicks in the back that I really don't enjoy existing near.
You help me just for 1 minute. No, don't worry about it. You do something.
That was CMD Dad. I aim to meet him on the 2nd.
I'm gonna cut that part out. I need to cut that out.
Well,
Is
it
that
won't be
30
cut out of
minutes?
my bit. I don't know. It won't be cut out of my bit because my bit's live.
Stop throwing green
I mean,
balls at me.
Ew.
It's a Baron of Hell.
Hold on. I think that Admiral's finally coming back up. Nope, never mind. Still gonna be stuck there until it dissolves fully. Yeah, kids, don't ever take like an 8-month-old Advil and expect it not to stick in your throat.
Yeah,
It's fucking stuck in there, and I can taste it dissolving, which is not a pleasant taste. I will say, why is my screen fucked up? Why has my game fucked itself? What is happening here?
Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna stop playing this.
Gonna stop playing that doot.
I died for the 3rd time. Alright, let's open up Paint.
I haven't died yet. I mean, I've gotten fucking hit and shit, but I haven't fucking died. Alright, I was like number 3 in the world in Ultratron at one point.
Wait, really? Out of how many people?
However many people own / play the game on Steam. Worldwide, mate. Oh, fuck. Alright, I am. Yeah. I around so much. That's the problem. Yeah, I had like the number 3 score in the world. That's probably changed now. I didn't look at scores before I started playing. Yeah, it was pretty nice. You know, I did that specifically. I did that as like an experiment to see if my mother would finally say some words of encouragement, but she didn't. I was like, "Mom, number 3 in the fucking world. You should be proud." She wasn't. I was like, "God damn it, Mom! You failed the test. You have failed this test." I don't have a lot of tolerance for my family, which is, yeah, that. I mean, not that. CMD knows why, because he's spoken to my nephew, and heard stories. Oh yeah, there's Aiden. Aiden is my nephew. He's a lot like myself. In fact, his mother had this phase for years where she was super pissed at me because I had shaped him to a certain extent. It's like, well, you're also a shitty parent, Anne. I didn't actually say that to her. I thought it, but nowadays I'll say it to her. It's like, Anne, you're a shitty ass parent. That's why he was so easily moldable. And she still is a shitty parent. I mean, for some reason, just and she wonders why her youngest son. Well, actually, I don't think she knows this, but her youngest son is a cancerous little faggot. I'm pretty sure you've heard from Aiden that his youngest brother has a fidget spinner.
Yeah.
I predicted that was going to happen, and I was angry at myself that I was right. I was super pissed at myself. It was not a good time.
What was I gonna say? Oh, my little brother.
Oh, CM Little.
Okay, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know who's been doing this to him, but they need to be
Crucified?
Crucified on top of the Twin Towers.
Oh, well.
And
I mean, you're gonna have a hard time with that. The Twin Towers are gone, mate.
But I don't care. They just need to just not exist anymore.
Not be alive anymore.
They've ruined this child, Because, well,
fuck.
this kid is only 6 years old.
Uh-huh.
And he already, hang on, if he has a fidget spinner, I'm just going to have to stop talking to him for the rest of his life.
Oh, all right. So
Until
he already...
But he already listens to that gay-ass black music.
Really? God damn it. Are you sure it's not CM Brother that did that?
I don't know.
Because based on what I know about CM Brother, it sounds like a thing he would do. But anyway, he likes
Minions. You know how they make an emoji movie a thing? He likes emojis.
I know.
He makes emojis. Basically, everything I hate.
Everything everybody hates.
Or everything everybody should hate.
Okay, everybody who doesn't have autism hate. Now.
So I think my little brother's going to grow up to be like Aiden's brother.
Hmm.
And, like,
yeah, if CM Brother's 6 years old, how old is Ian?
I think he says like 9 or 10, right?
All right, hold on. Aiden is the same age as Shay. Shay was born in 2002. 2017. Aiden will be 15 later this year, which means Ian will be 13.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he's a 12-year-old with a fidget spinner. Duh. Why didn't I remember that? Yeah, okay. Duh. Yeah, okay. I'm still not happy about this, but I'm happy I remembered that. That's how I remember how old Ian is. Like, he's a 12-year-old with a fidget spinner. He has autism.
Yeah.
Wait, is it my youngest nephew? Yeah, because Caroline's a girl. Yeah, my youngest nephew has autism. And he has a fidget spinner to prove it. God. Ugh.
I gotta do some petty shit if I see my little brother with a fidget spinner. When I go back to my mom's this weekend, I'm gonna hide it to where he's somewhere he will never find it. Nobody will ever find it.
Mom D, the drug dealer and
hide
user.
It between my mattress and my box spring. Because no one ever goes in my room because there's nothing in it besides a bed and a dresser.
Or alternatively, you could crush it and put it in your mom's Coke. That way she'll snort it and no one will ever find it. Not even... I mean, for her the high won't be as good, but she will actually notice quite quickly and probably kill her Coke dealer. I don't know. This might start a gang war.
Okay.
This doesn't sound like a good idea anymore.
I told you that she has done those kinds of drugs before, and then you just go and say, "Oh, she's a drug dealer."
Yes. I have my own wicked sweet theories about everything in this universe.
Yeah.
Which some of them turned out to be true.
It reminds me of the Jesus Christ. At the time we were in ITE class or tech support when Fat's graphics card would not work when it was plugged in. Or it would work when it wasn't plugged in, but it wouldn't when it was plugged in. And
yeah, it was the weirdest fucking thing.
And then Miller no. Someone asked why I was doing that. And then I think Fat said, oh no, Jared probably come up with some explanation right off the bat. And I don't remember what you said.
I said that the graphics card was so powerful compared to the computer that a physical connection was just too much. So you instead had to use a different connection. And I came up with that without and with only in the span of one heartbeat, I came up with that.
Yep.
And I could still come up with ideas for that. In fact, Nips tested me one time doing that. He's like, "Why do people have sex with bears?" and then my first thought and the first thing that I said was like, "Have you ever heard of Bigfoot?" That. And Nips shat himself and lost his mind because he, it was true. I was some kind of human supercomputer.
Yeah, but I remember when you were coming up when you were explaining that the graphics card thing, Miller was just staring at you in confusion. He had that look on his face this kid.
Miller always had that look on his face whenever I spoke. It was a fantastical time, because Miller was just so mind boggled by my mind. It's like, how can someone so lazy come up with this shit? It's like, it's because I'm lazy. Fuck. I mean, everybody on this college campus has quickly learned about my lethargy, and it's amazing. Feels good, man. Feels good to be lazy.
What was I gonna bring up? Oh, it's talking about my old brother.
Oh God. Yeah, CM Little and his fidget spinner and his
I
black
don't know
music.
if he has one, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. When I go back this weekend and see if he has one, like one that lights up or something retarded.
Oh my God! I will personally hunt down whoever did this to your brother and kill them, should that happen.
He has elementary school. I mean, it's really just a plague. Like, you can't really find out who did it, and
it's a plague. It's a plague, much like all the other cancerous shit that's happened over the years.
Yeah, it's not even cancer; it's a plague. You can't find out who did it to them. Who did it to them? At all, because
we could,
but
you have to find the proverbial rat, as it were.
Yeah, but it's all the kids at school.
All the kids, all the time.
Already infected with autism.
Fidgeting. Well, it's because I don't. Okay. You know what? I think we should come up with a general rule here for this autism thing. Okay. I mean, you said CM Little is 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would like to propose that he, as a 6-year-old, he simply doesn't know any better.
Yeah. I'm just afraid.
Well, I mean, all right. So the thing to do here, since he doesn't know any better, is to teach him what is better.
It's essentially, very hard to teach this child.
Yes, I get that, but it's because he's a fucking 6-year-old. It's supposed to be difficult. The point is, we gotta teach him to be better, or show him. For some reason, I read quite a bit of a sociology textbook for a class I wasn't even taking. I memorized parts of it. For a couple of ancient cultures, according to the book, like idolized siblings teaching each other, or not idolized, but prioritized siblings teaching each other with some kind of thing to make sure the parents could do adult stuff for their tribe and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I read way too much of that book.
Anyways,
stupid.
Yeah,
a lot of social justice undertones, which I did not approve of. Then again, this is an SJW college.
Wait, were you going to come up with a method for me to use? Give me a suggestion?
I have no idea, because first off, I'm not a sociologist. Secondly, I don't know CM Little.
All right.
I mean, there has to be an encounter in order for me to collect information. I went on one car ride. I went on one car ride with people from my theology class this class that I had during this entire month, and I could already start predicting what they would say and how they would think, which was kind of weird that I could that it was easy enough. I freaked out my dad by doing that. My dad's like, it's weird that you know what I'm going to say before I do. It's like, Dad, I'm sorry, I can lock onto your patterns. I just do that to people. That way, I do it to everybody.
I guess, really, I'm gonna have to tell him, that something's wrong here with what he's doing, my little brother, and hopefully he'll keep that in mind for the future. And I just hope that he doesn't turn out to be a faggot, like my brother.
You're gonna have to find him. You're gonna have to find him. Get down on one knee, put your hand on his shoulder, point at the fidget spinner, and be all, "This is not okay, faggot." And then that chain reaction that'll take place in his mind will be enough to set him straight.
I have to tell him. Okay,
and then,
I guess I'll have to tell him Sometimes
Life
it's not alright to like the things that everybody else likes for some, like...
Yeah, no, just say that. Just say that. Just say that. And sometimes it is not okay to like the things everybody else likes. That'll be the lesson. and then like cite an example of somebody who likes something everybody else likes and turned out to be a total fucking like tool or some shit.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. Who do the kids like these days? Fuck, I don't know.
Some rapper people.
Huh?
Some rapper people.
Yeah, I guess.
Ariana
Sure, why
Grande
not?
or whoever.
Yes, bring up Ariana Grande. But like, see, a whole bunch of people liked her, and so did the terrorists. And now look what happened. Yes, this is exactly how to do it. And watch CM Little start liking Ariana Grande and wanting to die. Ironically.
Really, it's
well,
like,
this is slightly better.
Really, this is just like rolling dice.
It's a phase.
Hopefully.
It's a phase. No, it's a phase. It's a phase for the internet and for CM Little. It's a phase. I hate when I do that. I gotta turn off the fucking effects. It's a phase. The internet. Remember, like way earlier this year, how memes were going through like that fucking pizza phase, and it was just some saggy shit. It's like, for fuck's sake, guys, buy a fucking pizza. Call your fucking local Papa John's. They're not going to deny you service. I mean, unless you like, call them a faggot or some shit.
Or poor.
Yeah, or can't pay for the fucking pizza. Just buy a fucking pizza. Damn it! It was I got so overly frustrated by that. Just like I get frustrated with current meme trends because they're stupid as hell. Like the fidget spinners, those are stupid as hell. Like, for fuck's sake, guys, do something funny, not retarded.
Like, throw your dog at the wall, like that one Vine I saw.
Yeah. Throw chihuahuas at various substances.
Oh no, it was a whole German Shepherd.
No. But this is like a suggestion. Like, throw chihuahuas at various substances. See how strong a chihuahua is. Just fucking get a baseball mitt and just chuck the bitch. That would be entertaining. And be real entertainment. Damn kids these days with your doing drugs and taking dick. Back in my day, we didn't have all these fancy drugs. We just took the dick. Remember when I said that in front of XX Keck and he chat?
No, I wasn't there for that.
Oh, you weren't there for that? Damn.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, he enjoyed that quite a bit. He enjoyed that one quite a bit. That's really what kids are into these days: drugs and gay shit.
Yes. Like, there's so many more people becoming gay.
Well, yeah, and it's because of the
really
fucking,
that's what started it. Gay,
what?
Everything, like, I'm pretty sure that's all what started it. Like the legalization of gay marriage everywhere. I think. Oh! I actually have some things to say about this one. This is something that came up way back. There was a meme that was like, if you want people to be more accepting of the gays, give gays equal rights. That way everybody will go and become gay. The same thing happened when black people got equal rights, because you see all these white people trying to become black. I remember that old meme. Makes me mad. I mean, it doesn't make me mad, but like that's what started all the whole like
Gays
SJW
can now
shit.
marry each other. You will. That's
where it started.
The SJW shit. Yeah, that was just. Last year will not be referred to ever in the history books because SJW shit and feminism got out of control. I forgot which button it is. Which button did I bind it to? Which button did I bind the speed boost to? Shit. I don't remember. This is bad. Yeah, see that everybody's like, last year was so terrible because so many famous people died. It's like, no, last year was so terrible because SJ-tards got out of control.
You didn't care about that famous person until they died. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly, that too. It's like, oh, well, I mean, a lot of people didn't Leia die?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh," because it was just after, that it was just after the punk ass bitch Vader movie, whatever it was called.
It's 7.
The one that Disney made that was like, oh, we're gonna try Star Wars now. It's like that is not okay. I still haven't seen the movie, and that made my RA super pissed that I refused to go see the movie.
Your RA?
Yeah, he's I think it stands for like room advisor.
Oh.
He's basically like he watches over us. We can report our suicidal habits to him, and he'll attempt to do something about it. We're college students, CMD. Oh, it's right here. We're college students, CMD. We're debt-riddled, suicidal people. Well, shit, I grabbed that too soon. We are debt-riddled, suicidal people, and we all know it.
Yes. Let's. We had trailed off, but it's okay. We were going to talk about our inside jokes. What
Yes.
are all our inside jokes?
Well, let's see. There's swoofs. I mean, memes are technically a kind of inside joke to certain people, but mostly swoofs.
We made swoofs an inside joke because it's not. We don't use it as it's meant to be used, like the definition.
There's an intended use.
It's a definition. The definition is like to get into a otherwise impossible area, like how Shaggy did.
Oh, like how Shaggy used it in the cartoon, in the clip where everybody was like, "Oh, swoofs, I get it."
Yeah, and now what we do with swoofs, we just like
apply it to things.
We apply it to things like swoosader.
The
Instead of crusader, we got swoosader. And we got Kel Swoosad.
And instead of Zweihander, it's Swooshander.
Really, it doesn't.
Instead of Darth Sidious, it's Darth Swoosius.
Yeah, I still have the picture on my drive.
So do I.
Yeah. It's not like whether it's just it has to sound good on the word. Like it's not like sometimes you could put it on a word that rhymes, and sometimes it sounds really good, like Kel Swoosad.
Kel Swoosad.
Sometimes it
other
just
times
doesn't work.
Yeah, and you can cite one of Diewert's poor examples. Like Diewert, you can't just
Swoos Master.
That's not how that works.
But she gotta.
That works, Diewert.
Gotta say it in your head. See if it's hear it. If it's got that. If it just sounds right. I can't. It's hard to judge whether it sounds right.
Good
or not.
noises.
Yeah.
Those good noises.
What is there? We got. World of Warcraft. Fuck.
WoW of WoW. Okay, I was about to say WoW of WoWcraft, Wrath of Wrathitch, or Crapaclysm, Warlords of Ratcock.
And then, well, what that was we were talking about WoW improvements like we usually do, sometimes do, and I was like, imagine like I was just playing Warcraft and I was just saying to myself, I was just saying it for the sake of saying it, like I just said, guys, we need to bring Deathwing back. And then like Deathwing's come back and he's pissed, and it's like some shitty action movie, and that's the expansion cinematic. It's just some shitty action movie trailer. It's like Deathwing's back and he's pissed. There's more fire, more anger, and more fuckery. World of Warcraft. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, some good shit.
Why
yeah.
exactly it's called fuck? There's really no reason.
That's because that's what everybody's saying when Deathwing's back, angrier than ever. Fuck. Yeah, then we started suggesting all these enhancements for WoW fuck.
Like getting rid of the whole entire Draenei race.
Just make them their own. Make them like a mafia group, and that's it. And then, ta-da! You've got just get rid of them, make them totally unplayable, but don't release any teasers for the fact that you're getting rid of the Draenei race. Otherwise, people will try to get all their stuff off their Draenei characters. Just anybody who has a Draenei characters, just deleted. If it's their main, fuck them. and that's what you get.
Uh,
And then there was one that's like add a draconic race to only the Horde. Let the Horde play as dragons, but not the Alliance.
Alliance doesn't get anything. Oh yeah, Kel Spoosad. That's kind of an inside joke of itself, and like how he got I'll show it. Like these, he got like bushy eyebrows right here.
Oh, hold on, I'll bring up the picture on my side.
Yeah.
On my side. Yeah. The thing was, it was a joke on like Aku in the new Swoosarai Jack. Where Aku wakes up and like opens a drawer, and has to put his eyebrows on. So I made the joke that if you kill Kel'Thuzad's cat, all the bosses get 3,000% stronger, and when you eventually fight Kel'Thuzad, he when you get him down to like 50% health, he like stuns everybody, goes over to a drawer and puts on his angry eyebrows.
I thought it was like he crashed into the molten core, like the whole entire place crashed into molten core, and then he had to go put on his eyebrows to see what was wrong and like go angry.
Yeah, and then the thing was like the Dalaran mages like teleport. Nax Ramus, just teleported into the molten core. Kel'Thuzad goes out and he finds Ragnaros and they fight. Then eventually they team up. Ragnaros and Kel'Thuzad team up to do whatever it is that they would do. I don't know. I don't even know what Ragnaros' goal was in vanilla. I don't even know what I don't even know what like the raid boss's objectives were in vanilla. I mean, based on lore, I guess Ragnaros' objective would be to escape from the elemental realm and take over the world again.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like, because, the elementals ruled the planet, and then the old gods showed up and fucked them. And then the Titans showed up and fucked the old gods. And then the Burning Legion is attempting to show up to fuck everything, but it's not working.
Wait, what was that?
I mean, all that really happened as a result of the Legion is Varian got disenchanted, and Gul'dan got one Void Crystal.
What was another inside joke that we had going on? Hey, what was that one thing I would say in it's like if you don't masturbate to Samus Aran twice a day, then you're gay.
Yeah, that was like during computer tech.
Yeah.
You we're constantly masturbating to Samus. Oh shit, is that CMD Dad?
What? No.
I don't know. Oh, okay. I thought I heard a knock on the door. Anyway, yeah, you were all like, I masturbate to Samus Aran 4,000 times a day. Oh,
I was just making that joke, like you get, and then I.
Yeah, I know. I know. And then Midget was all, autistic noises.
You masturbate to a video game character. Like the joke goes right over your head.
Well, yeah.
He knows it's a joke, but he has to make me like seem like make me look like I actually do that kind of thing. Like, oh, you actually do that. Oh, I'm gonna make fun of you for it.
And you just sit there and look at him like,
When it's actually that's kind of what I did with the whole llama fucker thing that I gave him, the title that I gave him. But it's just for the sake of adding to his name, I guess.
Yeah, which the full name for him is he is officially, and this is on the webpage, he is officially Tony, the xenophobic gay faggot Jew midget who fucks llamas. I think that's actually his Steam nickname for me. Let me check that actually.
But you didn't have him added.
Oh wait, I don't have him added anymore.
He figured that out. He figured us out. He's like, why did you and Jared delete me? I was like, well I saw you playing CSGO and I just couldn't.
You were playing pleb games.
You play ESO, you play CSGO, you play
ESO
Paladins.
isn't that bad, actually.
Well, I mean,
I played it on the free weekend. It wasn't that bad.
I just can't. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the Elder Scrolls that I love.
Oh, I thought, okay. I thought you were referring to the fact, it doesn't feel like other MMOs, and it's like, no. It sort of doesn't. But
I don't want
yeah,
MMO Elder Scrolls. That's the thing. I don't want online Elder Scrolls. I want to be by myself.
want to be by myself. Yeah. Well, personally, in Skyrim, I load up on companions and just watch them, just be retarded. Like, oh, Spear and Bruce fighting again. You guys remind me of Shane and Scott. And they did. They really did. It was fucking awful how much they did.
Oh, I don't
because
think... Oh, wait, go on.
because way back in the day, Shane was far more silent but far more effective, and Scott was just, fucking Jewish and terrible, which he still is. But he's yeah. And then, then the transformation happened. It was like, oh man, I miss the old days. And then I got Bruce and Sphere, and Skyrim was like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted.
Swoops and Sphere.
I would watch Sphere kill Bruce repeatedly, and then I have to console resurrect him. Eventually got to the point where I set Bruce to Essential. That way he wouldn't die.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about, because I don't.
Yeah.
But,
what the fuck is that noise?
Oh, it's a spoon, sorry. I was gonna... Yeah, Midget? I don't think he associates as much with that girl anymore. I didn't see them,
this is good.
I don't see them walking together as much. I mean, I didn't see them walking together today. But, I know they're both here. But, anyways... I didn't make the assumption that they were, dating or anything, but it was just a thought in my head. But...
This is good.
I think she listened to the old podcast and found the part where we were talking about how much of a bitch he is.
Oh my god, this is good news.
And I said to her, hey, Annie, I wanted to get her thoughts about it. I kind of wanted to hear... I wanted her to hopefully bring up the part where we talked about him when I asked her what she thought of it, but she never did. She said, interesting, it was time-consuming, but, she said.
Well,
and
I mean, it was 2 hours.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, I know she most likely saw that part, and she's just not saying anything about it. And I'm not entirely certain. I believe that she did. And I asked her, you have any suggestions as to what, do you have any thoughts on it or anything? Or any topics that we could talk about? And she said, talk about, I don't remember what she said. It was stuff that we do anyways, we talk about anyways, how games, what we hope for games in the future, but there's really nothing that we hope for. It's just we joke about these kind of things, and it'd be funny if we actually saw them. But, and I said, if you wanted to, you could just join the podcast if you like. But she said, it's too time consuming. Yet, the thing is, she stays up later. She stays up about as late as you do, if not later.
Damn.
I was like, and then I walked up to her. I didn't think about that until the next day, and I walked up to her. I was like, time consuming when here you are staying up till 3 or 1, 2, or 3 in the morning, and she didn't say anything back. I think she think she was trying to think of something to say, but she couldn't. I think she didn't want to join the podcast because she knows, because she's probably afraid that that's what we would do, is just shit talk the midget the whole time, because she associates with him.
We discussed that we were going to discuss other things this time, and we have. Come on. I mean, the shit talking. There is a dedicated, section for the shit talking, but we will talk about the other subjects that we intend to talk about.
Yeah, it's just my bullshit detector was going off there. I sensed it. I sniffed it through the internet.
It's some bullshit.
Well, I mean, then again, I could be wrong, but she didn't say anything. She looked like she was trying to say something but couldn't. She was trying to think of something to say, but she just couldn't when I said that to her, and then I just walked away. But yeah, I feel like that was the reason. She just doesn't want to, I don't know. It's just she didn't seem to enjoy it when I was first talking about the retarded shit he did, but yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe she my suggestion is that she needs to see it. She needs to like see him be, do some stupid shit for absolute proof, undeniable proof. That way she knows. Like, we aren't just talking out of our asses here. We know him. We've known him for years. He is like this in reality. It's not an exaggeration. All the stories we've told were factual. We were fewer than 5 feet away from him when we made that call.
We were like
all right?
2 feet.
He was doing, he was doing stupid shit when he jumped up, when he tried to do that flip off that trampoline and injured his legs, that he has to have surgery now. This is factual information. But some people are fucking stubborn as shit. But maybe, possibly, she's one. I mean, you told me that she's one of these. She's said something to the variety of like she crushes on people. It's like maybe
Often.
she's just in it. Yeah, maybe she's just in it for like the I don't know, the experience points, as it were.
What do you mean by that?
Like, if she's just something to like prep her for something. She thinks it's something to prep her for something else down the road. Maybe she thinks she's found someone worse than him, and she'll she's prepping for that or some shit. I don't know. I don't understand relationships because I don't have that experience there.
Yeah, I remember you it said like maybe she's like a slut or something, but I just want to say that no, she's not. Just thought I'd say that because she might watch this, and I just want to say no, she's not.
Oh, you wanted to get that out there?
Yeah, just make sure.
Well, I mean, you're. I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, she doesn't know who I am, so it's not like there are going to be any negative repercussions on me.
Yeah.
And even if she knew, even if we knew each other, there still wouldn't be, because if we knew each other, she would expect me to say whatever the fuck I want. I mean, everybody in my high school class knew that. I mean, don't pretend to be shocked. It just makes you look worse because you knew I was like this. And everybody was so shocked when I, asked the belt question in coding class. I was like, come on, guys. Some of you are in my class. You should know this shit. Like, oh, well, guys, class is over. Burbrink went and killed herself. Galladay.
Yeah, just too time consuming, which I don't believe for a second. It's just
I'm consuming my ass.
That's another thing that I got experience from having like a girlfriend. I could just like right off the bat I could just tell she was bullshitting. She was fibbing.
Yeah, I could already do that.
Yeah, it's like the whole like, are you alright? And like, oh, I'm fine. Like, okay, Jesus, come on, that kind of thing. And then she like it would start from small things like that. Like I could tell you're not fine, and it would go to like it would just go on to the more detailed things, I guess, like where she would fib about something, and then I can just tell, wait a minute, this doesn't add up, and I could tell she was bullshitting somewhere, and then she would eventually fess up to what she was bullshitting to, but it wasn't like anything major until like the end. But yeah, and then I started to see that in other people, like it's hard to, like you get the idea.
Yes, I do.
And I can eat in reading people, like I can tell when they're interested in talking to me and when they're not, which really it should be pretty obvious to most people these days. Like one word responses, like repetitive responses, like yeah, LOL, stuff like that. I can just tell, all right, you're not worth talking to. You're a waste of time. that's a lot of people, and that usually they try to change the words up, but their mistake is usually saying that more than once, and it's always like below a certain amount of words. Like, Jesus Christ, are you? I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your fucking busy schedule or whatever.
Everybody else, from the perspective of, from my perspective, these 9 months, it seems like everybody else is just so fucking busy with everything, but I never have anything to do. It's weird. Really fucking weird. I don't understand how everybody could load up their schedules so severely that they don't have time to sleep, but yet, like, what the fuck are you people doing?
CM Dragon. CM Dargon.
Dagron, yes. Oh well, whatever. There seems to be I don't know. I think she probably felt that it would be a little bit awkward to just, show up on this podcast only to listen to us be like, hear all these stories of the past to prove to you that what you are doing is a bad idea.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I could see that. Like, just the thing that bothers me is I don't know why she just couldn't say that. It's like, if you're not, don't lie to me. As long as you're just being, like, honest, it's, I don't know, maybe it might bother me for a second, and then be like, oh, alright, whatever.
Well, consider this. Consider this. Most people who are around my age and younger than I am, I mean, you have been on the internet, so you know this. Most people around our ages and younger are fucking like have tissue paper skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that once I say this, you're going to say I'm not that way, and people know that. People still think that of me. All right, so maybe she was afraid of offending you, or perhaps she was afraid that maybe you would press her.
But okay.
And yeah, people still do that to me, even though they know how. People who've known me for years still do that shit.
The thing is, about her is whenever I would have issues with my ex back when we were still together.
Back when she was CM property.
Like, when I have issues with her, I would ask her about it. And she would usually help me. And we had been apart. Me and CMX, we had been apart and back together at some point. And I would talk to her for, like, I don't know, just to kill some time and get some, I don't know, support. And she would be completely, like, honest about certain things. Like, damn, you're nowhere like her. You actually say what you mean. She's like, this is a thing. She said everyone deserves the truth, and she should stick by what she says. Okay, so that's really the problem in what you said. Like, they're sensitive as like when they don't want to hurt people's feelings by telling the truth. She said, like, everybody deserves the truth, and that kind of, like, it just doesn't really.
Well, the fact that she didn't tell you the truth means that she kind of switches that on and off.
I guess. Maybe it just depends on how, like, what it is.
Oh yeah, especially. But whatever. I think we should use this as a closing point and move on to our next podcast talking point, or go back to the WoW shit, just in case Blizzard's listening.
Oh yeah, you could talk about your college stuff. I don't know if you talked about that.
Which, no, we haven't and why don't we? So I think at this point, the question is best, like, what's it like going to college? And I've been doing this, my freshman year of college technically ended at 3 o'clock today. So I can now reflect upon the year that I barely remember, and give you some college survival tips. And this is coming from the perspective of somebody who goes to
Oh wait, no, you continue. It's fine.
Oh, this is coming from the perspective of somebody who spent these 9 months going to a fucking SJW college. So should be most mindful of this fact while I'm giving you these tips. Oh God. So tip number 1 when going to an SJW college is if you're a lot like me, hide who you are, because the people you see on the internet, the SJ tards doing stupid shit, they're real, and they are quite numerous in places like these. And people who the type, people who believe the wage gap exists, that feminism is a good thing, supporters of Black Lives Matter and Antifa, those paragons of intelligence. And it's not just the students. There are even professors who believe this. My econ professor this year, which taking econ for me was a mistake, was one of these. And it was the most irritating fucking thing ever, because she made every single problem in economics somehow relate back to race. And it wasn't presenting statistical data, it was like placing blame, like racism is responsible for all problems. It's like, oh shit, that's not good.
Ugh.
A very specific experience is I attended a KKK protest. The KKK came to Madison and said that they were there to speak out against drug use and stuff like that. And while I don't understand very much about the KKK, I'm pretty sure the KKK are against drugs, unless they're using them against black people. But just, the KKK was apparently there to not use drugs. And, based on what I saw, based on the KKK, I watched them. They behaved. The KKK did. They had their little park, I guess, not park, but like piece of land that they had, I guess, rented or something for the day so they could speak. They kept to that. The 2 or 3 guys went up there and spoke. One of them actually wore like the outfit, which I thought was pretty cool to see. I thought that was fucking amazing. I mean, it was a black outfit, and it was hot that day, so that was... And I was like, oh shit, this guy's suffering for the cause. Not the point. Before going to this meeting, I had attended a meeting about the, what Hanover was doing, and they said that, they weren't going to... They weren't going to turn it... They didn't use the words I'm about to use. They said they weren't going to turn it into basically a dick measuring contest. But guess what happened? The people of Madison and the people from Hangover fucking turned it into a dick measuring contest. And only won out because numbers. Which was, like, for God's sake, they were minding their business. I mean, I get that people are kind of angry that the KKK still exists, but they behaved. Whatever. Okay, so step 1, hide who you are. It's if you're a lot like me, you really do have to hide. Yeah, I had to hide. I still have to hide quite a bit on campus because the window's open, but pretty good. Let's see. Step 2 to college survival in an SJW environment is always assume you are outnumbered. The reason why I didn't like pull out all the resources in that econ class and like hyper trigger the professor, and after the fact I had learned one SJW in that class, was because I had my guess was that I was outnumbered, which I was both pleased and kind of pissed at myself that I was wrong, that I was outnumbered. It would have been a fantastic time. Step 4, step 3, step 3, step 3. Sorry about that. Oh, and this applies to all colleges that use a similar meal system. But watch your meals. For some reason, that seemed to be a common problem for everybody on campus, is that they were running out of like meal swipes on their card, which was just the weirdest fucking thing. So always be mindful of how many meals you have. Right? Don't be a fucking fat ass at the beginning of the year and then fucking starve yourself at the end, like everybody else. Hold on. All right, you're a poor college student. You can't really afford to go hungry. So, and you know, college really, for me at least, it wasn't much harder than high school. I mean, I didn't feel pushed or challenged at all. I found myself frequently thinking, like, oh man, I remember. I think people in my high school could come up with these ideas. This is just like high school again. And for the most part, yeah, it is. It's just high school. I mean, except for if you go to a small college, it's like here. It's just like the professors are. If there's some shit going down, the professor's going to investigate a little bit. But if you go to like a big public college, which I don't have any experience with, so I'm just going to like use what everybody else has said. It's like you'll have you'll have a whole bunch of people in the room, and who cares about attendance? Most of those big public schools are research institutions, not teaching institutions. Here, in smaller, private places, professors are paid to teach, not paid to research. So it's whatever. Yeah. So when considering your college, think about like the big experience where you may or may not be able to get the help you need from a professor, or the small experience where you'll be able to get help from both professors and your peers. It's really the question you got to ask. Although I came here because there's a good Chinese restaurant, about 10 miles away that, is just oh, Chinese food. And I've told so many people that I've come here for Chinese food, and I didn't sign up for the social justice bullshit. Some people have gotten offended. Others have, just laughed because, they knew. Yeah, it's... There's a reason why I didn't leave my room very much. Mostly because I was in here playing, like, Space and Swoops Engine Nipples and WoW.
Step 4?
Step 4. Okay. Step 4 is don't ever, and I mean this seriously, ever set yourself up to have an 8 a.m. class. Ever.
Well, then again, you're not like me and can get up at like 6 in the morning and be fine.
Yeah, but I've talked to people on campus who, get up early, and the 8 a.m. classes still fuck them. It is... I haven't had an 8 a.m. class because I've avoided those like the plague, but it is fucking awful. And that is the single opinion I have heard from everybody I've talked to. There is the only deviation in the opinion of don't sign up for 8 a.m. classes is the reason why. I mean,
anything else?
It's fucking not really, no. I mean, I don't remember a lot of the year. I just remember it's like, hide who you are, always assume you're outnumbered. There are enemies, there are SJWs around every corner. And yeah, well, welcome to Hanover. You know, everything's falling apart, held together by Scotch tape because the last president didn't understand building maintenance. And by the way, there's social justice warriors and feminists everywhere, and it's fucking awful.
I was gonna talk about something.
I mean, there's even a shitty like social justice warrior club / organization on campus, and it's falling apart because they're just shitty people. They're not people. Sorry, they're not people. They're just, it can't operate because humans like that are shitty. Can't get along with each other.
Speaking of SJWs, remember that time when I went up to that one SJW chick when you're in high school, and I yelled "Trigger me timbers" right at her and ran away.
Well, that sounds amazing. Trigger me timbers. Ooh.
Speaking of, she's not exactly an SJW, this girl in my seminar, but she reminds me of one. She got super pissed at Aiden because he took her calculator and changed the language on it.
What?
She had one of those super scientific calculators, like the one with the actual screen and shit and the mouse.
Whoa.
And he changed the language on it. She got really pissy. And even the teacher got amusement out of it. Like the new English teacher, she was laughing. That was pretty funny too.
Oh, Aiden making me proud.
And that just egged him on. She's like, change it back. He's like, all right, and he just changed it to Dutch. And he changed it to English, to UK. And like that's
English UK.
She complains like, just change to our English. Like that's literally no different almost. The difference
basically
is like there's a U in every some words, and some words are different, like shovel is spade, and I don't think you're going to see the word shovel in a calculator. So
if you are, you might need to diagnose. You might need to like check your calculator. Shovel. So. Even at the finals, you type in this complex calculus problem, and your calculator's like the square root of shovel. It's like, oh no. Oh no, that's not good.
Anyways, I was sitting at the other side of the room. I don't know if I was talking to Aiden or not. He sits in front of me, but basically the seminar is just everybody talks to each other. We don't, not really. Maybe we'll do work.
That's how a seminar should be.
And well, so the kids were talking the other side of the room, and I was listening. And this girl, she doesn't believe that track is a sport. And like
okay, I had to think when you said track. I was like, what? And then I realized what you were talking about. I mean, I back in high school, I made the joke. It was like, oh, it's time for the running for no reason season.
I mean, it's still a sport. It's being competitive.
I know that. Yeah. I know that, but it was just a joke, just to irritate runners.
But
I know. Anyway,
and I just like looked at her. She was like on the other side of the room talking about it, and she's like, I was like, oh my god. And every now and then I just mock her about it, like, shit, I forgot to say that at the end of class, and like look at her and say track's a sport. Fuck yourself. I would always mock her and like yell out loud like track's a sport. Like after I say something, I was like, track's a sport. Like when she was bickering at Aiden, I'm like, do you want to use my calculator? Track's a sport.
Like this wouldn't happen if you believed track was a sport. Ooh. You'd be able to understand Dutch if you believed track was a sport.
If I see her tomorrow, I'll say it. Like,
dude.
NASCAR is not a sport. That's not.
No, NASCAR is not a sport. NASCAR is just, an excuse to get money out of the South.
He makes a left turn.
Just an excuse for like beer companies and everybody to get money out of the South. Because as they say in the South will rise again. Like, there's a reason why we won. You guys are just a bunch of inbred lizard people.
CM Dragon's on me right now on my chest. He's been on here for like 10 minutes so far.
Oh.
Laying here.
I think maybe we should give him a chance to speak on these very important issues.
He's sleeping.
Oh, okay. Gotta get him to make some noises. That way we can get a translator to, translate his dragon speak.
I wonder if it really ever meant, like... I think they hiss sometimes. Like, they hiss. And whenever I pick him up, sometimes he makes, like, he makes, like, this noise, like... And he exhales, and I can hear it.
Well, I mean, if he wasn't exhaling and just inhaling, where's the air going?
Whatever. And like, there's like at least in my seminar, there's like at least 5 kids with fidget spinners.
A pack of 5 autisms. I don't know. Hold on. We should come up with a word. We should assign a word for like a group of autisms. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. I have an idea. Hold on. I think I googled this wrong, but let me just go to thesaurus.com. Let's see. Fuck it. We'll just call them targets.
Targets.
Call them
targets.
It'd be like, oh, there goes some targets. Just for like school shooters.
Yeah.
That reminds me. For when annoying voice, finally gets tired of it all, and brings a fucking AK to school. Like, kill them first.
Oh man, maybe he's waiting for graduation. He's waiting for graduation when he walks up and pulls out a fucking like Glock.
Bazooka.
Oh, or bazooka.
Well, remember in Scribblenauts the other day?
First. Oh yeah. He would kill himself first. As he shot bazooka, he would die.
Yeah, but then he'd be out of everybody's misery. Wait a minute. Oh my god, I just realized something. Graduation. Graduation is where we will, Jesus, be able to see his family.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah! We can finally answer one of the world's great questions. Are they like him? Have they tried to fix him? Just see a group of people who look like him.
Here's another thing you should do. You should, whenever you see his parents, just go up to him and say, "What the fuck are you doing? What have you done?"
Yeah, exactly. Just figure out who they are. Be like, what the fuck? Like, I have seen some shitty parents, but goddamn.
Or just, what if his parents aren't there? That would explain a lot.
That would be, it's like, I'd have to start asking a couple of questions. Oh man, Midget's not graduating, right?
No.
Good.
I asked him, like, what are you failing at? He has D's in class, and like, what are you almost failing in? He's almost failing U.S. history. He's almost failing world history.
With Pratt?
Yes.
Hey, what? How? Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind. It's shitty Chautauqua. Got it.
Yeah, he did the Chautauqua.
See, Pratt just got like Pratt's stupid ass grading system makes you do it. It's not avoidable. But he doesn't understand that.
It's not even hard to do.
It's not hard. I mean, I did the fucking TARDIS, and like, that was pretty funny. I turned the thing into a joke and got an A in the class.
Well, I didn't have to take the final second semester, which was nice. But now they had to change. They changed that to where all teachers have to have a final for every student at least. So he changed the top 10ish from not doing a final to having to do one essay instead of 4.
And I got out of there just in time.
And yeah, I got out of there just in time. And Jesus. That's another thing. Even in advanced PE, we had to do a final, but we had to answer like 2 questions. That's it. But other than testing, how do you power clean, and why do we do patterns with weightlifting and rets and crap like that? So it's a free point. It's 3 points, but instead of just proving that we can lift heavy things, and which is kind of bullshit. Like, everything has to be, all finals have to be written for all classes. Like, what? Imagine having a final for seminar. Like, what would that consist? What would that be? Where did you go on this day?
Or maybe like, what did it say on the syllabus?
Oh Jesus!
Like, well, shit. Most. I'm pretty sure most seminar teachers be like, just pull out the syllabus. Who cares? This test is a joke.
Okay, back to like the previous podcast when I was talking about my first time, and I said, I don't know if you saw the comment I put.
I did not. I'll look it up now.
Yeah, when I said her pants were off, and the next thing I know, I'm on top of her. I had to put, because I couldn't put annotations anymore. YouTube took annotations out for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, like I can't put them in there anymore. But when I said next thing I know, I'm on top of her, it was consensual. She let me. She wanted it. Just in case nobody read the comment. In case somebody didn't read the comments, there you go. That was clarification right there.
You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with those femtards. All right, let's see what we got out here. Gonna be a talk and play, but my computer got fucked. And this Beboop lettuce guy. Who the fuck is this? Fuck is this?
It's her. Not the one I had sex with, no, but
like
person that
mid-bitches woman.
I don't know if it's his woman, it's just the one that
Wait a minute. There are videos here.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and hit the watch all here. I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna. Hold on. I'm gonna listen.
It's just like a shit in school.
What the fuck? The fuck? Alright. Try something else here. Fuck is this? What? Oh, I know who that is in the background. That one annoying guy. All right. I decided to view the channel and see what was going on. There were only three videos, but I looked them over. And yeah, we have yeah, whatever. Just it's like shit she put on Snapchat or something. It feels like that.
Yeah. Where's I going with it? Oh yeah. She commented on some of my videos in the past.
Ooh.
Trying to think if there's any detail. Oh yeah. I was gonna talk about when I brought up the whole like I said tits aren't anything that special. In iFunny comments, people were like, "Oh, he's clearly a 12-year-old. It's never touched him." I was like, "Well, I mean, if you really want to find out, just touch your man tit." And they didn't say anything back since because they knew I got them. But, like, the way I describe tits is, like, it's like an appetizer. It's nothing, like, it's not as great. I mean, it is, but it's just, people kind of over-exaggerate on how great they are. Like, so, and really, if you really want to know what it feels like, then just, I don't know, feel your ass cheek or something. It's really that, but with nipples.
Oh.
So I know you're a fucking skeleton. Fat is not existent on you, so I'm not really sure.
Fat's in another state.
No,
so...
like, you know what I mean. You don't have fat on you. Like, you don't have any body fat. It's not existent on you.
Yes, I know. I know better than anybody else. I am, a skeleton with the minimum amount of skin stretched over the frame.
That one time I had held your hand and, like, your fingers in my hands. I'm like, I could break your fingers right now effortlessly if I wanted to. Like, good God, they'll be able to come out.
Probably rip my fingers off with no problem. Would be no problem. Yeah. Would be no problem.
You know, it'd be hilarious to see it kind of change in you, like, in the very, like, years from now, you're, like, all jacked.
Yeah. That would be funny.
No one would recognize you. Until you
No,
spoke.
they would. Yeah, exactly. That's how they know.
You should do it.
That's how people knew who I was at graduation after I cut my hair.
That's actually kind of how I am. Like, I'm not jacked, but I was
half an hour.
Wait, what?
Took them half an hour to realize I was there.
Oh, well, so that's how I am, kind of. Like, I said what you should do, but, like, I'm not, like, jacked. But I used to be really, really skinny, like, skinny as you when I was a kid.
I was a young CMD.
Up till I was, like, 14, and then I started getting, like, getting, like, fatter. And then then I got into Taekwondo. Then it died down a little bit. Then I got into advanced PE, and I had Taekwondo. And then it died down a lot, and I actually started getting muscles. Muscles. Fucking my traps. And, like, I'm discovering muscles I never knew existed. Like, wow.
Oh. Well, contrary to popular belief, the skeleton is covered in muscles.
Muscles. Pumping the muscles. But I'm still not very strong, like, compared to other people in my gym class. People benching, like, 200 and up. I can only bench, like, 155.
Well, I think the general rule for benching is if you can bench your weight, you're in good shape. Basically, all I need to do is be able to bench like 100 pounds, and I'll be in good shape.
I can't bench my weight. I weigh 175. I can only bench like 155 or 135, something like that. I can squat on like my weight in half. So I
Squatting makes me nervous, so I don't do it that often.
Like, I squat like I squat 280. And yeah, it's like if you can squat your body weight, then you're okay, I guess. Power clean, I'm not very good at. I just pulled 165 yesterday. I'm gonna be doing bench tomorrow. Hopefully I can do like 150 or something like that, which I'm not really sure if I can. But I will try because I have to. Also, I don't know. I'll pass the class. Like, if you don't pass advanced PE, even if you're weak as shit, you need to like off yourself.
Stop living. It's not worth it.
That thing you're doing, living, yeah, just stop it.
Quit it. See that living thing you're doing? Yeah, knock that off. That shit out.
Some. What am I hearing?
I don't know.
Oh, that's
Can't
listening to
put-
something.
Ooh.
Long
Is
silences.
it more techno death metal?
I don't know. Techno death metal.
Yes. I remember a guy in junior high who listened to just straight techno. It was the weirdest fucking thing. For some reason his nipples were always erect.
Oh. Kier's grandson.
Oh man, yeah. Actually, that makes maybe, but also maybe not. I mean, genetically speaking, yeah, definitely, but otherwise, no.
Not telling dad jokes.
What the fuck is my roommate doing? He should be not here.
Other things that can be talked about and discussed.
How to unalive Ghost Rider.
You start by a question. You don't really ask questions that much.
Not really. I'm more for answering questions, considering I can do it so quickly.
Okay, don't you ask me questions since you don't do it often about, I don't know, anything like what's going on in high school.
Well, I mean, I already have a general idea of what's going on in the high school, so I don't really need to. I don't unless something new has happened. Unless something new has happened, I don't really think we'll need any. I don't unless something new has happened. I don't think that there's something I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot I have that picture of you like in a Goku shirt wielding a bat with somebody in the background. I had to Photoshop that or some shit.
That was a fireworks sword thingy. It was like a big sparkler.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I need to like Photoshop that or something.
I really wish there was more to talk about with my first sexual experience, but
And that was the first podcast.
yeah, but oh yeah, it turns out when I posted that, like it cut out the ending when I said I'll close off with this one statement, and it just cut off the whole statement. It's like, all right,
Let's say it again.
Like, we did not finish either of us. If the condom wasn't there, then it probably would have. I don't know.
Well. Oh shit.
What are some other people that we know that we have not talked about? We haven't explained who Annoying Voice is. I mean, we don't really have to.
Oh boy, because yeah, that's his most discerning. That's his most notable feature. Yeah. He is annoying. His voice, the sound of his voice, is the most annoying sound on the planet because it sounds like he's speaking through his nose.
Yeah, we explained like Annoying Voice. We didn't actually like. Only I'm sure people who are watching this can imagine what that sounds like, but yeah,
I mean, if
plug your nose and speak in. That's kind of what he sounds like. Just like make yourself sound a little more nasally, and there you go. Like this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very high pitched and annoying.
Very.
all I have to do is hold like the front half of my nose, and I can get it.
And this kid has issues, like real issues, like the kind of issues where you like look at him and you say, you just have to stand there in awe, and like just think, what was this kid's parents doing during the time of his like when he was growing up? Were his parents there? Did he even have parents? Who raised him? How did they raise him? Why did they raise him?
Why did they raise him this way?
Why did they raise him this way? What if they were raising him at all?
Precisely, yeah.
Did they? What like this kid? He is,
recently started to believe he's God.
I don't know about God, but a God or a deity or something like that. But okay,
Shit like that. That's a paddling.
Off. This kid, my earliest memories of him were in 6th grade, and the juiciest memories were in that.
The swoosiest.
Yeah. he made junior high somewhat interesting. Not a good way, not a bad way, but interesting, I guess. He wasn't as bad, but the thing about him in junior high, he would constantly ask, like, he was in my social studies class with my asshole of a teacher, Mr. Shields. I don't know, you probably didn't have him.
I did, at the end there, yeah.
Oh.
At the end.
He's kind of a prick.
Oh, yeah.
He took his job way too seriously.
You are a junior high teacher. Calm the fuck down.
Teacher. Stop taking yourself so seriously. But, he would constantly, I got like a D in that class, but he would constantly ask questions that didn't need to be asked. Like, it was just like self-explanatory questions. Like, do you really need to ask him about that? Like, are you really that uncertain? And like, he would ask at least like 15 questions a minute. I don't know.
Damn.
Not exaggerating, of course, but
yeah, I know, but still, damn. Just just imagining it is like, what?
and there's things that like piss him off. Like they've gone away recently, but he would demand that everybody call him Nicholas. Everybody calls him Nicholas. If you called him Nick, he would flip shit. He would get really angry at you if you called him Nick. But now everybody calls him Nick. He doesn't care. And he apparently liked snow a lot, and people would fuck with him, saying, "Hey, Nick, it's snowing outside," and he would believe them. And then now, like, and then he would just not have it and be like, and just know that it was a joke. It's like, I don't know, it's spring. It's like fucking. I mean, you can't really say because it's Indiana. It'll snow in the fucking summer, but
yeah, eventually it'll start snowing in fucking June. One of these days I'm gonna have a white birthday, and it's gonna be a magnificent
birthday. But if you like, he would know it's not snowing. If you go up and say it's snowing, he would get like 10 times mad than when you would call him Nick in junior high. He'd get really angry at you and like start screaming at you, kind of angry. In old school.
Yeah, he would always overreact to shit. I remember one time. It was right after I came back from. No, it was in TV class at one point. And I don't remember why this came up, but apparently, someone in the class had like seen someone go up to him and tell him like Santa isn't real, and he like attempted to like maul them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was some fun. Huh?
He said I'm gonna say it's from tomorrow.
Yeah, watch him like pull out the fucking Glock.
Oh, bazooka.
Yeah, watch him pull out his bazooka. It's like, well, CMD, you were supposed to be the school shooter, not him. You were supposed to be the school shooter.
What other things were there? It just got. It got better over the years, and some things got better and some things got worse. Things that got worse is his self-esteem, I guess, would boost, and he would show himself more. which is the bad part. The good part was the dumb things like asking 15 questions of fucking milliseconds and every fucking class period. And the whole Nick thing, the snowing thing has not gone away yet.
Really?
No, it's not.
That's disappointing.
And what's appeared now, when it's been this way, I think, since our freshman year. He got into Yu-Gi-Oh! I think he got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Time. I'm not sure if he had been in Yu-Gi-Oh! The whole time, but it's when he started playing. He's I'm sure every high school has that one table in the cafeteria where they're like either playing Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or some gay ass shit, and he was part of that group, and he was the one that would stick out the most because everybody knew him, and he was the loudest one. And he would like act out like as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Character, like announcing his cards like dramatically.
Like,
ha! You fell right into my trap.
Yeah, imagine the anime, and
they're all talking
there you
nasally
go.
voices.
And
that's him.
It's basically just like, kill me now. Please, God, save me.
And I've always wanted to go up to his group and say, "Oh, you guys like Pokemon? That's cool." And see how pissed he
should
gets.
have. God.
Some kid in my computer illustrating class makes that joke a lot, and he's like and the kid's right behind me. It was like right behind me, and he whenever like he sees a Dragon Ball Z character, he's like, "Oh, dude, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Too," and you can see him silently getting pissed. He usually like refrains from saying anything until
there was that one time though that he asked Malroth to leave the room.
Yeah, he asked if he could leave the room, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he asked if he can leave the room because he.
But he asked Malroth
to leave the room. It's like, I need to give these fuckers a lesson.
Starts reaching for gun.
Has a gun behind. Can you leave the room for a second, please?
Or no, it'd have to be like this. Can you leave the room? And then if she'd be like, no, and like, leave the fucking room.
He doesn't cuss.
Or some shit like that.
He does not like it when you say like certain words in front of him, like cuss words, like.
Oh man.
He acts like he treats himself like a child, or somebody who has like virgin ears. Like, say the word sex in front of him, he'll get like he'll like you don't say those words in front of me.
Oh, CMD, give me a list. I'll write them down and construct a sentence
words
out
like
of them.
Prostitution and like vagina and shit like that and sex. And
moist.
And I don't know about moist. But like. Anything...
Well, moist is what usually gets most people.
Yeah, but.
Oh man, I need to like
English
construct
class,
a sentence.
He was in my English class, and we were talking about the one. We were talking about
the One Ring.
Wait, no, we were reading a story about like it had to do with back in the Renaissance era. It was about this old lady. This guy had raped the queen, and later he was on with this old lady, and he. What was it? What did he? Like, she gave him something in exchange. He had to marry her, and she was like,
I remember this story.
And it eventually got to the point where they were like fucking and shit, and and annoying voice. Like, this is the part where I kind of like snapped a little bit at him, and she brought up like rape, and then he was like, oh, don't say those words in front of me. I was like, I can't. What did I say? I said, dude, you're in high school. You're a senior. Can you really, or you're a junior. Can you really not handle these words? Like, can you grow up? You're not a child. And O'Hagan was like, all right, Jacob. I was like, I'm sorry. But where was I going with that? But, well, he treats himself like a child. He plays Yu-Gi-Oh! In the cafeteria and acts all dramatic. I think he's probably one of those people that's gonna stay living with his parents for at least like 40 years until he accepts the fact that he's actually an adult. He just doesn't want to be an adult. And it's just like, this is one kid who claims to be insane, but he's not. He's just stupid and like kind of weird and loud. He's deaf in one ear, I think. He's fucking loud as shit when he speaks. He's like, no, you're not insane. Look at your fucking friend. Annoying voice. That's insanity, I think. I haven't really seen a clinically insane person, but if I were, it'd probably be something close to that. That's probably the closest I've gotten to seeing somebody insane. Damn, how long have I been talking about him?
Who cares?
10 minutes, but
it's good. I've been sitting here, soaking it in and photoshopping this thing. I said I was going to Photoshop for some people.
There's some other instances. Yes, I should probably tell the people who are listening about the time he threatened a teacher. Well, we were.
What?
I told you about this. Do you want to die?
Oh yeah.
We were in English, and some kid some kid. We were getting an assignment, and some kid complained about it. It's like, oh, this is bullshit or whatever. I think we had to like write an essay or something like that, and annoying voice turned to him and was like, why are you always so negative? And the teacher, she knows this kid. She knows that he's not the positive person himself. And she's like, well, you're not exactly very positive either. And the kid apparently didn't like what she said. And so he turned to her, annoying voice that is, he turned to her and said, do you want to die? And she said, I do not, no.
Oh.
I'm like sitting there shocked, like, are you not going to do anything about this? Are you not going to like send him to the office? Because you can get kicked out for that.
People have been kicked out for less.
Yeah.
Like, come on. There are teachers that threatened to do that to me when I would make jokes. You fucking give that shit to him. Racist.
Well, I think they know that you're like somewhat sane, for the most part, and he is
Well,
like not.
Called being a sociopath.
Yeah. Like I don't like.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I think that might be one of the reasons why he is so fucking weird and why he has the self-esteem and the confidence to say that kind of thing to a teacher, is because he was never he might have this is my theory, he was never spanked or beaten or punished in any way, anything like that. He was
improper raising.
Yes, any parents out there, beat your fucking child when they deserve it and know when they deserve it.
Oh boy, yeah.
My little brother, that's the thing that does not come to him. It really makes me mad.
Oh, that he was never beaten?
He got spanked once before, and I think I've gotten spanked for less.
Yeah, fucking parents these days are fucking soft shits.
And like, I asked my mom, like, what's the deal? Why doesn't he get punished for things I got punished for? Like when I got punished for less. She's like, well, you see, I've grown more patient after having you and your brother. I'm like, well, I don't know, something went wrong with Isaac, but I'm not a fucking cuck-ass cunt. And I think you did something right. Not bragging or anything, but I don't know. I think you might have done something correct. But you're not doing something with this child. He's already going rotten. It seems. If hopefully this is a phase. Just
yeah. Okay. This has happened to me. Oh shit.
Yeah,
this has happened to me where my mother wouldn't ever do anything about my nephews or my sister being, shit faces. And I would always say she would always get pissed at me whenever I would do something. She'd always be like, I'm the parent. And then, it eventually got to the point to where I was like, oh, I said to myself, okay. So whenever they would do something, and I would do something and she'd be like, I'm the parent. It got to the point where I started saying, then do something. And then, she would always give me this look. And then afterwards, after this had happened for, about a month or so, she would, I asked her, like, Mom, you claim you're preaching at me that you're the goddamn parent, but you don't fucking do anything. What's the deal? And she was all, I'm afraid if I do something, Shay will call Child Protective Services. Like, Mom, Shay is too stupid to call Child Protective Services.
And even if, like, even Jesus,
even if
she did, they would they would respond like, you're fucking retarded, kid. If it was something stupid, like, I don't know.
my mom was punishing me because I was doing stupid, irritating shit. It's like, well, she's your parent. She's allowed to do that. Fuck you.
Reminds me of something I think, I'm not sure, but I think my brother had threatened to call the police on my mom for, like, I don't remember what, for, like, for kicking him out. And he had been doing stupid shit. I can't remember what it was exactly, but she threatened, like, you don't have to be here. You don't have to live here. I can kick you out and lock the doors. Like, well, I'll just call the police. Like, well, the police are just going to tell you, well, you should listen to your fucking mom. And
for being such a fucking little cunt.
Jesus. And I know better. It's like...
I mean, Shay's like, she doesn't get it. She doesn't get shit. All right, now she parades you like, I have a learning disability. It's like, well, animals understand pain. So it got to the point where I was like smacking, my sister and my nephews when they would be doing stupid shit. You can ask Aiden about this too, because I think he'll back me up on it. Because I never had to, smack him, but whenever they would do stupid shit, I'd like smack them, and they'd go like fucking tattle, and be like, well, fucking do something, Mom. I mean, Aiden will probably back me up on that. I had to deliver some of my own fucking justice, as it were. And parents these days frustrate me.
It reminds me. Wait, go on.
Is it so fucking old fashioned to discipline your fucking kids so they don't turn into little cunts?
It reminds me of the time the first time I cussed at my mom. It was because of my little brother, and he, like, it was the kitchen. The kitchen floor was like, it was well waxed, and if you were to run there on your socks, you would most likely fall and bust your ass. And
okay.
I told my little brother numerous times, like, stop running in the kitchen. You're gonna fall and, like, bust your head open.
Bust your ass.
Yeah, you're gonna fall over and crack your dome.
Ooh.
And I'm bouncing a spoon on my nose right now, but it's not important. But I tell him, and then eventually I yelled at him, like, stop. I yelled at him, like, you know what? Oh, all right. I hope you fall. I hope you fall and hurt yourself. And my mom got all mad at me. There's at this point where she got all mad at me and said something like, because I said I hope he hurts himself. And then I was so frustrated at how she reacted to this. I said, why would you hope that your brother gets hurt? I'm like, well, maybe he shouldn't be fucking running in the kitchen. And she didn't say anything back. She didn't say anything about it, about me cussing at her, but my anger was well justified. Like,
yeah. Parents these days are just like, what are you fucking afraid of? You are well within your rights to do this shit. God damn it. Fucking goddamn.
What do I think about it?
Shitty parents.
Well, no, actually, I don't think corporal
punishment
has anything to do with it.
I mean, the joke that I hear a lot is that all parents think that every other parent is shitty, but I'm not a parent, and I think other parents are shitty.
Yeah, and people like to say, like, you don't know, you won't have a kid, but I'm not stupid. It's kind of like
Raising a child is, it's like, I know how to raise. It's like, I probably know better how to raise a child. I mean, this is not out of frustration, but I do say this because my mother was so fucking weak as a parent. I basically fucking had to raise myself.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I did an okay job.
I think, like, at a certain point, I started, like, I'm not saying my parents did a bad job, but the whole, like, I started teaching myself how to act as a human being.
I did the same.
Like, at the point after, like, after I was, like 11 years old, I would stop, like, paying attention to my parents and my brother. Like, I'd just be my own person and figure out how to work, like, my existence. Like, all right, this is how I human. Like,
yeah, I did it at 6.
It's 6. And
yeah, there are stories to tell about why that happened, but I prefer not to go into it.
Like,
according to my mom, before we went to Massachusetts, I was like, your normal child, like happy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when she came back from the hospital after Shay was born, she had to, like, she couldn't get my attention, and she yelled for me, and I finally came out, and I had forgotten who she was because of, what Shay's dad and his kids did to me.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was, and it was like 2 weeks ago I finally remembered what they did, and it was like, oh, all right. No wonder, Warren didn't tell Mom. She'd be pissed. She'd have him arrested. And when Shay's dad, like, came to pick her up for her to spend, like, a week with them, I stood at the door and, like, self-controlled myself not to go out there and fucking, like, deck him or some shit. Because even though I didn't remember what they did, I was still kind of pissed about it. But
what was I gonna say?
Yeah.
Like, how, like, it worked for me. I think it got, like, it's like, I was gonna say, it was like a marble statue. Like, I tried, like, I went a certain direction with, like, my personality, and then I realized it's like the whole junior high phase, and realizing up to, like, sophomore year, like, okay, this is something's, I'm doing something wrong here, and, like, I better it. I'm like, it's God, it's very hard to speak.
Words.
I think this is my, I don't know, probably gonna look back a year from now and still think of some cringy shit I did as an 18-year-old or said. I'm sure things can be said that can be, like, the same for you. I mean, really for anybody. But
yeah.
But
Ooh.
Midge Fag, no.
Just look at any point in his life and you see cringe.
I don't think he has the ability to cringe at himself because of his.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't because he didn't because Yeah, because he doesn't make mistakes, and if he did, that's just you making up a story.
Yep.
He's a lot like this. He's a lot like the SJ Tards in that way. In the way he's full of himself. Maybe that's how we shatter his pride. Compare him to something that he claims to be against. A force that terrible.
Jesus.
Aw. Might actually work out. I think I might be onto something here.
Oh my god. I just can't get it out of my chest. Jesus Christ.
Got it?
I think it's better.
I mean, I still haven't hacked up that Advil yet.
But,
I can still taste it. It's pretty fucking terrible.
So many confusing things. It's like one of the greatest questions in life is why doesn't he like look at himself? And listen
I
to
thought it was like
himself?
what? I thought it was like, why won't this Advil go down? That's one of my great questions. Why won't this fucking Advil go down?
Wait. I think I got
He
it.
clears his throat for 14 minutes.
Yeah.
I just use Audacity to just take the audio clip and just do that.
Some good things to talk about.
Well, we've got we have quite the selection of topics that we've already discussed.
How about why don't we just not like go from things that we've experienced yourself? Let's go outside of the shitty city of Greensburg and let's look at I don't know, Florida.
Oh God, no!
Florida stories.
Oh Jesus, you're gonna get a whole bunch of like Florida man memes.
Florida articles.
Oh boy.
Florida. What's even better? Bath salt. It's like I look up B and I get bath salt. Bath salt. It's article. Miami cannibal attack. Oh no. Bath salt style drug suspected in Florida again. Face eating cannibal attack maybe latest bath salt incident. Florida zombie drug. Flocka. New zombie drug. Florida man kills couple who tries to bite man's face off. The zombie drug that wasn't. Stories. Florida man stories. Maybe this can get us into a topic that we headlines. Some good headlines. Let's just go to images instead. Florida man accused of attacking girlfriend with banana.
Oh man. Oh. Like that man. Picture online of that banana that somebody carved into a knife. Vegan melee.
Florida man busted in illegal butt injection practice. Florida man arrested for giving people wedgies. Kills wife after she refuses to cook hamburger. Hot man high on meth fights off 15 police officers while masturbating.
Which is while masturbating, yeah.
Florida man calls 911 over missing beer so many times he gets arrested.
I mean, realistically, we could just this Florida man shit could bring us into a discussion about autism.
Yeah, I mean, really bring up autism that's like all podcasts is autism.
But no, that's like memes, and it's like everything. It's like the internet. You know, the internet is autism.
Florida man high on Flocka tries to break into jail to visit friends, quote unquote.
Ooh.
Florida man too fat for jail.
Oh man, that's probably Fat's dad.
Florida man has sex with pit bull in his yard as neighbors beg him to stop.
Oh boy.
Drunk Florida man tries to use taco as ID after his car catches fire at Taco Bell. I've heard this one before. Couple gets arrested for selling golden tickets to heaven.
What?
Not even like metaphors. Like they're actually legitimately like selling golden tickets. I think they're like made out of wood, and they just paint it gold.
The Adventures of Florida Man.
Who would buy from these people? Just look at them. This guy's got like marks on his face, and this woman looks like a meth addict. Naked Florida man runs through Dunkin' Donuts. Florida man arrested for stealing 166 manhole covers. Florida man on probation for sex with a donkey named Doodle arrested again. Oh, Florida man charged with DUI in his motorized wheelchair.
Is that technically true? I guess that's technically driving now. We know this. We have this information.
Man strips naked after claiming to be a monkey outside a 7-Eleven. Yeah, he's black, so...
Black? Oh?
I get it!
I get it!
Randy Zipper allegedly stabs brother after macaroni and cheese goes missing. Sounds like something you do.
Hey, no, I am not a big fan of macaroni. There we go.
Shows and cheese.
Yeah, Definitely, I'd definitely poke somebody with a what is it called? What is that, like, 3-bladed knife? It's like Tactical's Y-hander or something.
Oh my god! Florida man reaches inside woman's and disembowels her for uttering ex's name during sex.
Oh man, that sounds sweet.
Man who killed stabbed her with atomic wedgie gets 30 years in prison. Florida man attempts to cash $368 billion check.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
His face. I saw
know.
an animation about that, and they even said, "Look at this guy's face." Oh my god!
Here it is, the tri-dagger. Yeah, I need to get this fucking tri-dagger. Yes, the tri-dagger that requires a team of surgeons to, like, fix the wound. I need one of those so I can, like, poke people with it when they steal my shells. Oh! This thing is, like... The thing is legendary. I think that... Wait, can I get one of these?
Florida man breaks into ex's home, poops on everything.
Hey.
Florida man robs gas station, leaves job application with identifying information behind.
Oh. Let's go on Amazon and see if I can find this tri-dagger so I can, like, threaten to kill people with it. Alright, Amazon, come on. Amazon.
Oh!
Well, this is not
man
bad.
arrested for twisting
Wait a minute.
2-year-old boy's nipples off.
Wait a minute. I looked up tri-dagger on Amazon and, what is it? Fourth thing down. I find Fidget Factory aluminum high speed and longest spin time tri-ring fidget spinner. God damn it. Terrible. Alright. What is it? Alright, well, and we've got fucking Wolverine claws with, like, death metal themed.
Florida man on drugs kills imaginary friend and turns himself in.
Yeah. That's just sports and fitness. That something's. Oh, here we go. Found it. Yeah. Oh yeah. This fucking knife requires a team of surgeons to seal the wound. Otherwise, you fucking bleed out.
The thing about it, the new Joker Suicide Squad, I think is Jared Leto. He looks like a guy from Florida.
Oh, I need this knife. I need it. I require it. Oh. I gotta put it on the list of things to buy during the summer. Amazon. If I buy this, I'm gonna be on, like, some kind of government watch list.
Florida man assaults friend with a bucket in argument over whether or not an acquaintance was dead. Ugh, can't say a word.
I need this. OBS, I know you're using the webcam. I need this knife. This is something necessary to my continued existence.
Florida man arrested for flinging Gator into Wendy's drive-thru.
Like, actually, Gatorade was Gatorade originated in Florida.
Yeah.
Because, drink scientists are like, well, we need something we need, what?
Man threatens mom with machete over grandma's diet.
I mean, if my mother and grandmother still got along, that might happen. Except, I wouldn't be the one doing the threatening.
Honestly. Man eats underwear to beat breathalyzer.
Oh, I mean, shit, piss, and semen will really cover up the booze.
Florida man run over by own truck during road rage. How? How do you do that?
Oh, I don't know. It's a complicated art.
How the fuck? What the hell?
I'm gonna look up some of these. Just image. Could only be created by Florida Man. The Adventures of Florida. There was one that's like Florida Man dies. Like, oh, finally. God, these people look like they're on. What are these people on? Florida governor. Oh, here it is. Florida man dances on police vehicle to ward off vampires.
Jesus. Ugh.
Florida man in French maid costume arrested in prostitution sting. Okay.
Oh, man.
Florida man cop accused of killing lesbian couple over and forcing women to strip while rubbing his penis. Oh.
Jesus.
Argument between Florida man and landlord ends with the bomb squad.
Huh.
Florida man checks if gun is loaded by putting it to head, pulling trigger, kills self. That's like how a famous rock star.
Or not.
A famous rock star died by like emptying a magazine, showing that he emptied the magazine to somebody, putting the magazine into a gun, putting it up to his head and pulling the trigger. There was one bullet that got stuck, and he killed himself. It's like, God damn it. Woman injured after bullet left inside oven by Florida man explodes.
Reminds me of this. I don't know, the Applejuice story on 4chan.
What?
Have you seen that? No. Well,
Possibly not.
what he did. Hold on, I have to find it.
Miami lawyer's pants erupt in flames during arson trial in court.
Okay, so this guy, I think it was like, is an ex-revenge story. It says, "Come home a little drunk from a friend's house. 1 a.m. silence. Only thing that emits light is my PC screen. Browsing Pirate Bay, looking for movies to torrent. Suddenly, I hear an eardrum-piercing explosion from my closet. Heartattack.jpg. Since nobody is in my apartment, I decided to investigate. Lights on. Approach closet. A rancid smell coming from my closet. Open closet. Yellow liquid literally on everything. A 1.5 liter bottle of apple juice exploded into 3 pieces. What the fuck?
Bruh.
Quick Google it. Apple juice fermented, gas expanded, big boom. Interesting. I had to throw away a few white shirts and the apple juice wouldn't come off. Anyway, to the revenge story. I think this is right here. So this is this bitch I used to date. Claimed she was pregnant. Didn't tell her that I'm sterile since I had a defect in some protein that makes sperm tails or something. Not sure how I feel about never having kids to this day. Dumped her, had an illegal abortion, and now looks better than she was opposed. She looked better than she was opposed to what I expected. Invited to parties in 3 days. Ex's house. Next day, walk into fridge, take bottle out of apple juice, insert light bulb above head, buy a 6-pack of apple juice bottles, drink half of each bottle, seal tightly, put outside in the sun for a day to speed up fermentation process. On to the day of the party. Bring a 6-pack of beer, smuggle a 6-pack of half-empty apple juice bottles. Meet ex, have small talk. I don't remember what the word is. Have small talk. Hide bag with apple juice in upstairs bathroom. Walk around house thinking where to put bottles. Eventually decide one in her panties drawer, one in the toilet deck, one drop behind the fridge, one behind washing machine, one under her bed, and the last one. This is the best fucking part. In her current boyfriend's gamer PC. Fuck him. His red LED case lights. Fuck him and his yeah. Almost got caught dropping a bottle behind the fridge and opening the PC case. Shit was spooky. Continue. Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, having fun at party. Going home. Every day, wake up like a kid. Okay, every day wake up like a kid on Christmas morning, expecting to hear about some kind of applosion. 2 days pass. On the 3rd day, hear from a friend that apple juice bottle left behind fridge at X house exploded. Fridge ruined. Have to replace it or fix components. They weren't at the house at the time. Found out when they came home. Heard her boyfriend rage at her. Apple juice saga part 1.avi.
Wow.
Second was a washing machine bottle. Rumors started to spread about the Applejuice creeper. They heard they were asleep at the time of the explosion. Ex freaked out. Boyfriend raged in confusion. Managed to save the washing machine, but cleaning the bathroom was a bitch. Third was his PC. The same day after washing machine bottle. Mutual friend told me he was playing League of Legends for a few hours and while bottle exploded. Wore headphones so he didn't realize at first what happened until his computer crashed. Applejuice fried CPU. Applejuice fried GPU. Applejuice kills, shatters case fan. PC is kill. Boyfriend went on a rampage. Smashed ex's laptop, slapped her, and left. They broke up on the next day.
Well, if he's playing League of Legends, he deserved it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason to play League of Legends ever, unless you're, getting recordings for an example of cancer. Because I've heard League of Legends is like the most cancerous shit ever. I feel inclined to believe it. Anyway.
I'm trying to find the other ones.
Alright, let's see. Florida man launches campaign of harassment against neighbors who reported his pet alligator. Florida man burns paper towels in public bathroom, tries to flee on skateboard. Florida man accused of spraying girlfriend with hose to impress ex-wife.
Okay. X is devastated, can see all her email posts on Facebook. A few days later, heard that the cops came to X's house. Everybody knows about Commander Applejuice. Told them all about Applejuice bottles. About the Applejuice bottles. Showed them her underwear drawer and the exploded bottle. Her best friend tells everyone she passed out and pissed herself when she opened the drawer and the bottles exploded. Federal investigation ensues. I'm going to jail.exe. Panic. Wait for cops to show up any day now. Since it's her parents' house, she rarely goes to the second floor. Her grandparents died, left her house. Boyfriend left her, needs a change. She decided to clean upstairs. Apparently, she decided to take a shit there for convenience. Nobody shat there since the party about a week ago. Pushes button, bottle explodes, plastic top flies right off. X gets sprayed with toilet water and fermented apple juice. You'll be surprised how massive the explosion in a little plastic bottle produced with light pressure, with the right pressure. Goes straight to her friend's house, didn't even change. She's hysterical at this point. Refuses to get back to the house. Moves to a regular apartment within 2 weeks from the incident. Mutual male friend helps her move. Mutual friend invited me to help. I have nothing to do, so okay. Not suspicious because mutual friend because mutual friends and he invited me. Shit. So we help her pack her stuff into boxes. She gave us general instructions but still refused to get in the house. Traumatized and whatnot. I do a good job, not slacking around, but I have one goal in mind. Applejuice Commander must strike one last time. Look under her bed. Bottle still there. If I put it into a random box, she'll know it was someone who was in the house right now. Decided to put something less suspicious and feel like, oh, it was just a right box. I just put it in right in the box and didn't even open it. If I'll be questioned. Carefully take out Applejuice bottle onto the bed. Bottle seems bloated a little. Put bottle into fairly large vase, and she has with fake flowers. Carefully place vase into box. Mark box. Personally get it to the van. Secure it as best as I can. Fast forward 3 hours. We help her unpack. It's about 7 p.m. Place vase on kitchen table when no one's looking. Flowers in. IED is set. We leave. Almost finished unpacking. She said she'll be fine. She'll finish by herself. Wake up on phone call. X is in hospital. Oh shit! What happened? With genuine concern. Apparently she was eating and wanted to throw the vase since it was her grandmother's and it was ugly. Picked up the vase. Vase exploded into a million pieces. Large shard flew near her and cut her face on her chin. Tiny shards cut her face and arms. She had 4 stitches on her face. Her face looked like she survived 6-barrel Gatling gun attack from point blank range. I'm scared shitless. She didn't want to involve the police again. She took therapy for 6 months. Stayed in the apartment, but made her friend stay with her for a month. Friend told me she checks the toilet deck before taking a shit or pissing, even in public places. Looked terrified each time she opens a drawer. She was kind of bad. I feel kind of bad for her now. Haven't talked to her for 2 years now. Moved to different states. Pretty great.
All right. Well, I've got a good Florida man story here. Florida man vapes semen.
Oh my god.
That's how you know vaping is gay. Ugh.
We're at 2.5 hours right now. What is this?
Damn. Yeah, we are actually. The North Miami Beach man fatally shot after fight over utensils breaks out at baptism party.
Jesus.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Florida man repeatedly calls 911 after getting thrown out of strip club. He's a superhero. Florida man wakes from 48-day coma, requests Taco Bell. It's not so bad.
Yeah, it sounds like something I'd do, maybe. Or something Fat would do.
Florida man bites neighbor's ear off over a cigarette.
Huh.
Florida man rides manatee, dares police to arrest him, gets arrested. Let's see. That's all the same headline, just differently worded. Police arrest ketchup-covered Florida man yelling profanities at tourists while sprawled in the middle of the street.
Whew.
Florida man accused of stealing and snorting human and dog ashes.
Awesome.
He's a superhero, this Florida man.
Oh, boy.
Florida man charged with groping women while posing as a palm reader.
I know what we could talk about. Actual stories that we have, like, whilst playing World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Like, I mean, I know I've played WoW a lot longer than you have, so I'm sure I have lots. I'm sure. I think I could think of some. I think of the time when I know I told you about this, but I was in a battleground and it was going all right. And some guy, I don't remember what made him say it, but he said as smooth as the blood from my anus.
Oh.
Jesus.
Hello?
Huh?
Okay, you're still there. Good. You faded out a little bit there.
As smooth as the blood from my anus.
Mm-hmm.
And why is it? I hate how you're queued in PvP. Like how you're sometimes thrown into a match where you're losing to fill the place of somebody who left. Because more often than not, that's the case. Whenever you queue up for a battleground, you're always joining a losing match. And I wish I would just put you in a group, just queue up and gather people for a group, and then throw you in there. And it just makes me mad. It always happened with Ashran, like the PvP land in Draenor. It was gay as hell. Oh my god. No idea. But I did get pretty well geared on my priest. I did disc, and I did a lot of raided arenas. Not rated battlegrounds. Never got to that. So, level 80 is the first cap you've gotten to?
Yeah, because I've never played anything past early Kata. Oh wait, I did play for like 4 hours on Firestorm's Legion, but I really don't think that counts. I meant in retail, I only played to early Kata.
Huh. Remember I made a Blood Elf Warlock, I think, and I named him You're a Butthole, and I got reported for it, and I had to change my name. That's pretty gay. Just playing with a spoon. Do you have any stories to tell from World of Warcraft? Any experience with people?
Not really, no.
Well, not like anything that you've told me already. Like anything that you've already told me, just so you just say for the sake of the podcast.
No, nothing really comes to mind.
Rogue, you have 5 seconds to res the healer. It's like wait, no, it's like you have 5 seconds to res the healer. It's like, but I'm a rogue. It's like 5, 4. It's like, wait, what? 3, kicks him.
Kicks at the end of countdown. What?
BRB mouse died going to Walmart.
What? BRB going to Walmart for batteries. What? Oh, remember on Firestorm that guild BRB wife escaped?
Yep.
Oh, so good.
BRB wife.
Then there was the cancer that is welcome.
Yep.
Ooh.
Like, we will beat welcome. We never did.
We did.
We did?
It wasn't hard. Yeah, it wasn't hard. I occasionally go back to Firestorm just to look at, what's become of it. And welcome is just like a cesspool. Welcome is just a cesspool of just terribleness. There's nothing good about welcome. Ooh.
Swoops.
Alright. Stop it.
Every time we say stop it whenever I make a noise, it always reminds me of the time when I said, when I was playing Legion Beta, and you said, when you said it reminds me of the time when Blake and I just looked at you when you said Charles Manson, like you're the biggest piece of shit on the planet, and I thought you said pizza shell.
Yeah, and you laughed for like 14 years.
And then you brought out the rape thing.
Rape! Yeah,
and so enthusiastically. Oh yeah, I should probably explain that.
Warcraft's newest feature, rape!
And like they so enthusiastically like present it in like a convention. Like, and we implemented a new feature, rape.
Rape. It just like it flashes up on the screen with like rainbows and shit.
And the whole fucking crowd goes nuts. Like they all go insane. Oh my god! Like that.
Screaming.
Oh, man.
It's like finally give that bitch ass night elf who cheated you out of your gold what she deserves.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. It reminds me of a video I watched a long time ago where it was obviously staged, but it was the acting was done well. With this girl was talking to her friend about how her boyfriend was obsessed with World of Warcraft, and her friend said, "Well, try and understand his world a little bit." And so she started doing research, and she figured that the best option to try and please him was to like paint herself blue and dress up like a night elf, and she learned to do the dance, like the night elf racial dance, and she did that in front of him, like in between him and his computer, and his response was that he's like, "Ugh, you're a night elf? I hate night elves. I play Horde. Go dance on top of a mailbox." Like, oh, like, well, yeah, you were running that risk there. And then there's the the conventional issue, and that's been an issue since time immemorial, is why can't you skin a Tauren?
Oh, everybody
Blizzard
goes
refuses.
insane, and then a GM comes in like, what the fuck's going on here?
Why can't you skin a Tauren? Blizzard's like, no, that's wrong.
This is not a question you were meant to ask.
Yeah, Blizzard's like, no, that's wrong. It's like what? Gul'dan getting triple fisted by Illidan wasn't wrong, but this is taking the skin off of other animals isn't wrong, but this is what? It would be pure leather. Like, well, if we implement it for Torrent, we have to implement it for everybody. It's like, that would be sweet.
Oh,
Maybe give player characters like a skinless texture. That'd be nice. That'd be sweet. You know, could you just imagine walking around just like skinless? You get a debuff that does damage to you every second, but it'd still be pretty fucking sweet.
every time you walk, you take damage.
Yeah, and you make a screaming noise. That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh boy. I'm gonna say this podcast wasn't as varied as the last one, but you know.
Actually, I think it quite was. I mean, we did for the most part stick to the subject matters we had discussed last week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yay! And we both, I think, did you end up recording it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I streamed it, so that was good. I got my first stream down on my fucking Twitch channel.
You stopped?
I didn't stop streaming. I'm still streaming.
Oh.
Still
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yep, definitely. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
There's some other people I can rant about in school.
Right. Yeah, because last week was a lot of ranting. Ugh. Such rant. Mm. I think we're running Ruby Sanctum tonight on Warmain.
Huh.
That'll be pretty neat. That'll be pretty neat.
Ah, yes, I remember.
That's pretty neat. Ah, swoops.
I think this would be a good time to end it.
Indeed. So, I guess we'll be doing this next week, although I might not be streaming because I'll be at home and my internet's worse there. So it'll be a good time. And so tune in next time to on his end, the CM podcast, and on my end, I'll figure out a name for it later. Until then, fuck you, faggot. Bye-bye.